Hey guys, this is Pie Man coming back to you with old school RuneScape. Yeah, I know. Little weird that I changed things up from Bug Fables. But here I am in RuneScape. Got some Clinton chat messages coming in through here. Anyway, as you can see down here, I am an Ultimate Iron Man. Those of you who've played RuneScape before already know what that is, but for those who haven't, basically it is a mode where you are not you have all the same Iron Man restrictions as normal, but with Ultimate Iron Man you cannot use a bank. You are pretty much restricted only to using your inventory. And I decided I'd put a spin on this series, kind of similarly to how Verf and Settled and Limpwort have done it. I'm going to be making this a region-locked account. And initially, my plan was to do a region-locked account in Mauritania, similar to Settled. Kind of a copycat, I guess. I don't know, that's just how I see it. So you'll see in my quest journal, I haven't done any quests, except I have started Priest in Peril. I only got up to the part where I have to kill the Temple Guardian, so I haven't gotten that far in it. I haven't gained that many stats at all. Literally 2 attack, 2 cooking, 2 mining. That's pretty much it. And I also completed Rune Mysteries. Because there's also... because in addition to unlocking rune crafting, there's also one more quest I have to do before I start this region-locked account. Which is going to be Druidic Ritual, to unlock the Herblore skill, because that's a pretty important skill in this game, obviously. But enough playing around, I guess. To put it bluntly, I'm going to be making this region-locked account restricted specifically to the region of Kourend. So, once again, I guess similar to Verf, how he has a sort of like a gridlock or a Ultimate Extreme Iron Man series going on, where he's only allowed to unlock one chunk at a time in Kourend. I'm sort of going to be doing the same thing, except I'm going to be doing pretty much the whole region. I will not be allowed to leave Kourend after I enter. I will not be able to go anywhere. I will not be allowed to go anywhere outside of the region of Kourend once I enter, is basically what I'm trying to say. Sorry. It's been a while since I've done any commentary, so I'm kind of, like, stuttering a bit. I'm not exactly the most professional commentator on YouTube, but we're going to talk to this guy, because I'm going to need a couple things before I can do Druidic Ritual, and one of those things is I need... rat meat, raw chicken, I'm pretty sure bear meat is another one. Actually, I don't know if chicken is one, but I know bear meat and rat meat are part of it. I have no idea how I'm going to get the bear meat, because bears are like combat level 30, and I'm literally a noob fresh out of Lumbridge. So yeah, this is going to be Kourend only. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to start in Kourend until I get the bare minimum done, because I don't want to go to Kourend and then not be allowed to leave, because I have, because I need something, you know? Like, I need to be able to train her. Oh, God, this rat's going to kill me. First person ever to die to a fucking rat in the Lumbridge Swamp. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get to Kourend and then not be able to leave, and then I'm missing something like Druidic Ritual or something, because then I obviously can't train Herblore. Without Rune Mysteries, I can't really train rune crafting either, and I know there's like a blood altar there, so that's pretty important too. But yeah, this is what the account's going to be like, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I will see you all in a moment with these quest ingredients. Alright, welcome back, guys. Got most of the ingredients here now. The raw rat, the raw beef, and the raw chicken. Turns out chicken was part of the ingredient. We're on our way to Southeast Varrock now to go get the final ingredient, which is the raw bear. Now, I say this is a Kourend only account, and here I am still in Lumbridge doing, like, Lumbridge things and shit. I understand that. But here's the thing, like, all these other YouTubers I see, yeah, I totally get why they're doing what they're doing. Like, they want to keep their stats as minimum as humanly possible before they do their region locked accounts, and I totally get that, just from like the purist point of view, I suppose. So yeah, there's nothing exactly stopping me from going on like my main account and you know, just like killing, doing that exploit or whatever it is. I don't remember what it is or how it works. I think you like poison the enemy, and then your character gets the final hit, and then they get the loot from it. That's like the trick that Settled, I believe, used to get into Mauritania at a low level. I could easily do that here too, but I feel like this is just easier. It'll probably take a little more time just because I'm a low combat level, and I'll get more stats up before I reach Kourend. But I mean, I don't know. At the end of the day, I think it's not a big deal. You know, it is what it is. If I enter Kourend with a few stats higher, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, all these stats are going to have to be like around 70 plus before I could actually start really doing anything crazy with them. So here's the bear, level 19. Obviously he's going to absolutely destroy me. I went ahead and got the training bow and the training arrows. My range is 1, so I don't think I'm going to be able to kill it with this. But I'm going to try to see if I can safe spot him around like this bush or a tree maybe, because it's probably the best way I'm going to be able to do this without getting one shot by the bear. Just because, you know, it's level 19, I'm level 4. Yeah, I'm not hitting it for shit. It's got 25 HP too. As you can see up here, I'm also going to be using a quest tracker plugin with the RuneLight client to like help me along with certain quests in this game, just because I can't be asked to look through the actual quest journal to figure out what I'm doing, because everything's just, you know, I mean, the quest journals themselves actually make sense if you pay attention to what they're saying, but I don't know, I think this plugin's more useful because it gives you like a quick summary of what you're supposed to do, rather than like 3 or 4 lines of dialogue explaining it. So yeah, I'm probably going to be here a while. I mean, there's no way I'm going to kill this thing with ranged, honestly, so probably what I'll have to do is flinch it with the sword and shield, and then hope to God that I get lucky enough to kill it before its HP regens. So yeah, this is what I'm going to be doing probably for the next 10 to 20 minutes, and I'll see you guys when I have the final ingredient. Alright, change of plans, guys. This is a little embarrassing. I tried for about an hour to kill that bear. I'm not even joking. I was flinching it. I was safe spotting it with arrows. Usually what would end up happening is the bear's HP would either regen faster than I could kill it, or some guy would run by up into Varrock and he'd like steal the kill from me while I was like safe spotting it or flinching it. So, you know, that was pretty terrible. That was a good waste. That was a good like hour waste of my life. But I have a new plan. So these are my new stats. Basically, all that happened was my attack got up a couple more levels. But now that I'm 5 attack, I'm actually going to go get the steel sword spawn that is in the wilderness, northeast of the Chaos Temple. And I'm going to try to just kill the bear, flinching it again. Hopefully my accuracy and my max hit will be a little bit higher, so this can get done much, much quicker and much, much easier. So yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be starting Kourend with base stats. I mean, I could very easily do it right now if I just went and did like X marks the spot and just went to Kourend, but then I wouldn't have the Herblore skill unlocked, I wouldn't have had rune crafting unlocked, you know, so like, I desperately need this to be done, and then we can start the account. I promise this video isn't going to end until I am well situated within the region of Kourend, and I will make sure that I have sort of a game plan set for what I'm going to be doing. I've still been thinking about what I'm going to make the end game for this account. Because there's so much you can do in Kourend. You can, like, farm, like doing the tithe farm. You can do Slayer, I guess, with Konar. It's probably a little difficult unless you get... Hold on, does Konar even have a... No, Konar doesn't have a specific Slayer level, just a combat level. So I guess I could do Konar, but, I mean, if she assigns something that I can't kill, that might suck. On the other hand, you know, there's just so much to do in Kourend. It's such a massive region. There's so many 99s I could get. There's probably some a lot easier than others. But of course, you know, I'm going to have to give way more time and effort. What am I saying? I'm going to need to give it more thought on what I want the end game for this account to be. Because, like I said, it is going to be... it's going to be a long time going, I think. I'm probably not going to have... there's a steel sword, by the way. I'm probably not going to have a specific endgame set in mind for a very long time, but I will at the very least try to get like a basis going sort of on what I want to do, you know? Just so I have something to do when I actually reach Kourend and I'm not just wandering around doing nothing. So yeah, we got the steel sword now. I don't know if this is going to actually make killing the bear easier or not, but I just thought I would give it a try. I did unlock a bunch of new music tracks by entering the wilderness, so that's gonna sort of put a bit of a stain on this region locked account, I guess. But I mean, you gotta make sacrifices, I guess. I did actually bring in my main account too to try to help me kill the bear, and yeah, I must have messed up or something, because I had my main poison the bear with a dragon dagger, and then I got the final hit on it, but the drop still went to my main account. So I'm not sure what I did wrong, but yeah, I think this will still be the easiest method for me. This will give me a solid boost in my stab bonus at the very least, so I guess we'll see what happens. For the time being, I'm going to remain on the stab style. I'm not going to be training up attack or I'm not going to be training up strength or defense alongside my attack, because that would probably make the account look even worse before starting in Kourend. But more to the point, training on stab means I can also my attacks will be slightly more accurate, I think. I think that's how it works in DPS calculation anyway. If you're on the attack style, your attacks are slightly more accurate, so that'll probably help me with the bears. So yeah, I just thought I'd give you guys this update. Sorry it's taking me so long. From your perspective, I guess it's only taken a few seconds, but you know, I'm gonna get this done one way or another, and we will eventually be in Kourend. But I can promise you, things aren't going to look too bad. I mean, I'm not going to be getting my stats up a crazy amount. I'm just going to be getting them up to what I feel I need, the bare minimum, in order to start this region locked account, because, again, I cannot do this without Herblore or Runecrafting unlocked. I mean, those skills are going to be so useful in the future. So yeah, I'll see you guys in however long it takes for this grind to be over. Alright guys, I got some good news. We're done with the grind. And now that we are done with the grind, I'm going to drop this steel sword. I don't even know why I picked up the bronze axe and the bronze pickaxe, because I'm going to be starting with a fresh inventory. As fresh of an inventory as I can, as fresh of a character as I can have, given that I had to get up to 6 attack, almost 7, just by flinching the bear for about an hour and a half straight. So that wasn't too fun, and I'm sure I could have really cut down that grind quite a bit if I actually knew how to, like, do the drop trick mechanic with my main. But unfortunately, I don't really, I mean, I kind of see how it works, I just don't know how to, like, actually do it properly, I guess, if, for lack of a better understanding. But we got all the meats that we need to complete Druidic Ritual. So once that's done, I'm going to head on over to Port Sarim. We're going to do X marks the spot. I don't think we actually have to do this to get to Kourend. Or maybe we do. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Or no, actually, that's not true. I'm gonna look up real quick, actually, if I have to do, I'm gonna look up real quick if I actually have to do X marks the spot to go to Kourend. I'm pretty sure you do. When Kourend first came out, I think there was no entry requirement, but they added a quest for it, I'm pretty sure, so I'll do that. And if nothing else, then I can get the certificate from completing that quest to put some favor on one of the parts of Kourend. So I'll probably put that on like Port Piscaralius or something, just so I don't have to do the crafting and construction and shit in order to get the reputation up there. But yeah, while I was flinching that bear for the better part of an hour and a half, I gave it some thought as to what I wanted the end game to be with Kourend, and I guess I'm probably going to try to complete the collection log for both Sarachnis and Skotizo. I know that sounds ridiculous because I'm pretty sure Skotizo has a drop that's like 1 in 10,000 or something. But I mean, I'll be honest, I'm a fanboy of like Verf and shit, so I do watch his Chunk series in Kourend, and he was talking about how he has a 1 in 1,000 drop, or a 1 in 10,000 drop. Sorry, he has a 1 in 10,000 drop, and apparently, even though it's only 1 in 10,000, it can take some people like over 10,000 hours to actually get the drop, which is probably well over the actual drop rate, because I can't imagine it would take 10,000 hours to get 10,000 kills on average, but I mean, who knows. So anyway, I'll be back once I have completed Druidic Ritual, and we'll head on over to Port Sarim and see if we can finally get this region locked account started, since I've been stuck in Lumbridge and Falador and Varrock for like the last 2 hours. Alright, so we finished every step. All we have to do is just talk to this guy and we should be done. And there is Druidic Ritual. Hell yeah, 250 Herblore experience, that brings us up to 3. And now we can finally get going with X marks the spot, because I did look it up, and turns out we do actually need to complete this quest in order to do Client of Kourend. Just because, yeah, I don't know why. I looked it up while I was in the off time. But anyway, I am aware that it sounds like I'm rambling here, but there is one thing I wanted to speak about while we make our way over to Falador to grab the spade for this quest. Basically, I have played RuneScape before. This is not my first time playing, obviously. Why else would I make an Ultimate Iron Man? I played RuneScape before. I started playing this game around 2001. And I have a main account with max stats on it and everything. I always enjoy playing this game in my off time, you know, when I get home from work or when I got home from school or whatever. You know, this game is sort of what kept me sane in my earlier like teenage years. So I'm really glad that I'm able to play it and record it for you guys, because honestly, it is one of the bigger like insecurities of mine to record footage for this game, because I know I'm not the best commentator, and I know I'm despite my experience, I know I'm definitely nowhere near as good as like even some average players in this game. I just like to play it. I just like to play it in my own unique way. I just like to have fun with it, you know. And yeah, I don't know. It's just an insecurity of mine because like I have tried making series of like RuneScape videos in the past, and it would end up like not being received very well just because of my commentary or like what I was doing in the game. So yeah, I feel a little bit nervous about this series because I know that I'm going to sound very unprofessional. I'm going to sound like I'm stuttering a lot. I'm going to be doing things in game that are going to be pissing people off. But you know what? I like to play it my own way. And again, I am very sorry that I had to level my attack up so high and all this other stuff. Because originally I was planning to make this Mauritania only account. And I changed my mind last minute to do Kourend because I didn't want to be called a copycat for what like Settled was doing. And I understand, I mean, everyone likes to do their own thing. Not everyone likes to record it though. But I'm glad I'm recording it because it'll be something to look back on in the future and be like, hey, I did this. I did my first challenge run in a game I played for over like 12 years. And, well, hopefully it'll be received well. I hope you guys are enjoying the content, all things considered. Because I may not be the best player, but, you know, doing what I can. In any case, this quest I think is kind of long just because it's basically like a long beginner clue scroll. So I'm going to go ahead and just pause the recording here, and I will come back once I've completed this. And then from there, all we should have to do is complete Client of Kourend, and then we'll be done. We'll be ready to start in Kourend, and we'll be able to officially start the account, I suppose. So yeah, I'll see you guys then. Alright, here we are in Port Sarim. You might notice I have some money in my inventory. I just went to go pickpocket a woman real quick so I could get some money to buy us a feather. Sorry, someone behind me is just laughing at what I said. We need a feather in order to complete Client of Kourend, so that's why I did that. Thankfully, I didn't have to get a thieving level. I just needed a little bit of experience to get the coin pouches. So there we have it. We are ready to complete X marks the spot, and right after that, Client of Kourend. And then after that, after we set foot in Kourend, I don't believe, like other region-locked accounts have done, I don't believe I'll have to make any exceptions, but if I think of something in the future and I need to make an exception for it, I will let you guys know in advance. So let's go ahead and complete this quest really quick. He's going to give us 200 coins and a beginner clue. I'm going to go ahead and read this really quick. Yeah, that's not happening. Honestly, I should drop the money too, just because I had to complete this quest in the Misthalin area. I didn't actually do this quest in Kourend, so it shouldn't count as a reward. But then again, I'd have to destroy the lamp too, and I don't really want to do that. So I am going to keep the money. I mean, it's 200 gold. It's not really going to affect me that much. As for XP lamps, I don't actually know if I'll be able to train construction in Kourend until I get the right level to do mahogany homes. I'm not even sure what the requirement for mahogany homes is, or what the requirement is to move my house portal to Kourend. You must own a house to choose that option. Oh, crap. Alright, well, never mind that. Guess we're going herblore all the way. It's just the easiest skill to get up, I suppose. So let's start Client of Kourend now. And this quest should be fairly easy because I'm pretty sure all he does is send us on a journey to talk to a bunch of people. And then we have to return to him, and then we're done. But here we are in Kourend now. I mean, now that we're here, we no longer need to exit. as soon as this dialogue finishes, I can show you guys. Not that you don't already know. But yeah, this place is our home now. We have Hosidius, Piscarelius, Archaeus, Lovakinge, Mount Carulm, that's the Slayer area, the Kevo Swamp, the Farming Guild, the Tithe Farm, Woodcutting Guild, Shazian. Yeah, this place is our home now. And right up here, I think, yeah, Soul Rune Crafting. Isn't there a Blood Rune Crafting, too? I could have sworn there was an altar for Blood Rune Crafting in Kourend somewhere, but I guess I am mistaken. This place is going to be a good training spot, too, because of all, like, the sand crabs and stuff. That's probably where I'll go for... That's probably where I'll go once I can get, like, my combat stats up a little more, because that's probably going to be my best source of, like, training for the rest of this account's lifespan, however long that may be. Hopefully, I don't drop this series like I did Bug Fables on my channel, because, well, it's not that I necessarily dropped the series, I just don't have a whole lot of time to actually go back into it, and, you know, I'm still playing it, I'm still enjoying it, but I don't know if I can necessarily continue it. And I don't want to be one of those guys that starts a series and then never finishes it. But, I don't know. I'll probably go back to it someday, I just can't be bothered right now. But anyway, yeah. This quest is going to take me all over the freaking region to talk to a bunch of guys, so this might take a bit. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording here again, and then I will speak to you guys once we have completed this quest, or at least once we have reached each respective house member, because I would like to get this done ASAP so we can actually start getting our account started. Alright, and here we are at Regath, or Regith, whatever his name is. He's going to tell us about Archaeus. Basically, he's going to say they have a library. We can use it to get early magic and runecrafting XP, which is going to be really, really useful in the future. And they also have like some necromancy altar up there, which we can use to get some prayer XP as well and change spellbooks. Which the spellbook, the Archaeus spellbook might actually be useful since it can teleport us to places all over Kourend. But I highly doubt that's going to be useful anytime soon, because some of those teleports are at pretty high magic levels. So that will take us some time, unfortunately. But yeah, for the time being, I think Archaeus might actually... I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no idea where I want to start in Kourend, because there's just so much to do here. Like, it's not even funny. I could go to like Shazian, I guess, to train my crafting or my smithing, whatever it is. I'm not actually sure. That's another thing I'd like to be honest about, is that I have never, not only have I never done a region locked account, but Kourend is probably the one place in this entire game that I am the least knowledgeable about. There's like two areas that I visit in Kourend. It's this area, and where is it? Where is it? Oh, I was thinking of Fossil Island, the Sulliuseps. Yeah, I guess Konar and the Woodcutting Guild are the only two places I really go when I visit Kourend, because on my main I use Konar as my Slayer Master. And the Woodcutting Guild is just useful for AFKing, like, redwood trees and shit. But it's, yeah, this is going to be a challenge account, but it's going to be challenging in more than one way for me, particularly, just because I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Yeah, so I guess before I make the next episode, I'm just going to have to see, like, I'm just going to have to get my bearings around this area, figure out what I want to start first. I might actually do the Archaeus library first, just because I'll be able to get early magic levels, and the sooner I can unlock like high alching and teleporting, the better. I'm definitely going to need teleport to house at some point too, so I can train construction because that's arguably one of the most useful skills on an Ultimate Iron Man. So this guy's going to talk to us about Lovakenge. They're basically like a mining settlement. They have like sulfuric rocks that you can mine for like the Lovakenge reputation, I'm pretty sure. I'm actually not sure. So I'm going to double check. Lovakenge. Oh yeah, this is the one with the, this is the one where you make like sulfur, and then you can go on to make like the Shazian armor equipment, and then gain access to like their whole minecart network. Speaking of which, you're gonna have to forgive me, guys. I have no idea what I'm really doing. There's gonna be a lot of stuff I miss in Kourend. Like, there's just gonna be shortcuts or like easy strats, like good ways to get good materials and stuff like that. Oh, there's a lot of bronze arrows over here. I could probably hop worlds, pick some of those up to train my ranged. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff I think I'm going to miss. It's going to piss off a lot of people just because they know exactly what they're doing when they go to Kourend. But I'm sorry, guys. I just don't. Like, this is... That being said, is probably not a good idea for me to have started a region-locked account in Kourend. But, I mean, that's useful. So I need that for construction. So yeah, this may not have been a good idea from like a practical point of view, but I think it'll be pretty fun in the long run, just seeing me like stumble around looking for shit to do. It might also be boring, I don't know, but I'm gonna try to make it fun for you guys. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I will see you guys when we reach the next person. Alright, here we are at the Shazian General Store. Next part of the quest. The pathing is really bad here, hence why my character's walking in the opposite direction. She also has a tinderbox in here. I might have to take that just because you can't really do much without a tinderbox. But then again, I'm an Ultimate Iron Man, and I don't know if I said this before, this is my first time also playing an Ultimate Iron Man, so that's just another added challenge. But it's not like I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I have a pretty good idea of how to play an Ultimate Iron Man, even though I've never played one before, just because the concept of being restricted to only what's in your inventory is not, like, a completely new concept to me. It's like, it's stuff I used to do all the time back in the day, like, long before Iron Man modes came out. So, I'm familiar with the concept. It'll probably take me some getting used to, but I can't imagine it will take too long. Oh, an iron sword. You know what? I'm going to take that right now, just so I have, like, an equipment slot item, something I can use to defend myself or something. There's actually a lot of, like, ground spawns around Kourend. It's insane. But yeah, the Shazian area, if I remember correctly... By the way, this is beautiful. I don't know if any of you guys have seen this before. Like, this... I don't know what I would call it, like Japanese or Chinese style architecture. It's really cool. It's one of the coolest looking areas in the whole game, and it's only like a few hundred tiles or so across. It was kind of unfortunate. Iron Warhammer. But yeah, the Shazian area, if I remember correctly, is just for like, I'm pretty sure that's like the combat ring type stuff, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure. Again, you're gonna have to forgive me because I'm not very well informed on everything here, but I'm pretty sure Shazian is the area where you have to fight the Shazian guards in like a combat ring to gain reputation and stuff. So, and then by fighting them, you can get their armor pieces, which give you resistance to the lizard men poison or their special attack or whatever. So, that's gonna obviously be very, very, very useful in the future. But yeah, we are making our way to Hosidius now, and I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright, and here we are at the Hosidius Market, which is going to be one of my all-time favorite areas to just camp in for the thieving XP and for the fruit, because that's definitely going to come in handy in the future. The Golova fruit tops to boost my herb lore by 4 when I need like better potions and stuff. And also just like the other free supplies that come with it, like I can make botanical pies or some shit. I don't know. Obviously a bunch of seeds as well for farming, but I won't have to worry about farming too much since I have the Tithe Farm and the Farming Guild here. But yeah, the Hosidius area is basically just the farming area. I mean, they tell you that they yeah. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's the farming / cooking / thieving area is pretty much it. I mean, you have the fruit stalls here, which you can't even pickpocket until you have a certain reputation, I think. You have the Tithe Farm over there somewhere, along with some more fruit stalls for the farming XP. And over there is where the mess hall is, and that is actually pretty good cooking XP per hour as well, so I'm probably going to be using that a lot in the future as well. Oh, and there's also a cow pen here, so that'll be a perfect training ground, at least for like starting out, just because it's I don't know, just because it's easy to do it. Oh, and we have flax here as well. I didn't know that. Well, looks like we can do pretty much everything here. We can do some fletching, cooking, farming, all that shit. So that'll be great. And there's one more area of Kourend that we haven't seen yet, which is gonna be probably the most important. It's the Kourend Catacombs. Obviously, we're nowhere near ready to take that on just yet, but all the monsters within the Kourend Catacombs I'm going to have to fight at some point to get all the gear upgrades that I'm looking for. Like, so I really want to whip on this account, but I don't know how well that's going to work since I need 85 Slayer. And I can use Konar, but I have no idea if Konar could give me a task that is outside of Kourend. I don't know if she only assigns Kourend tasks or if she can assign like a bit of both. It's gonna be wild. So figuring that out, definitely need to figure that out for the future, because I would like a whip on this account, but if it's not possible to get 85 Slayer, then I'll just have to think of something else. I don't know. I guess I could always go for the Dragon Warhammer from Lizardmen. That'd be a nice little bit of endgame content too, just because of the special attack and everything. Wait, where the fuck am I going? I'm going like the totally wrong way here. You see what I mean, guys? Like, I mean, I'm not lost, I'm just, like, I don't know the most efficient paths, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, this whole region is like a maze for me, and I constantly get myself, like, turned around inside of it, and it's just super weird and super cringy to, like, I guess, for other people to watch me do this just because they know exactly how to get around, and I don't. So when they see me do it, it's like the worst thing in the world. Like, what is this kid doing? He's taking the worst possible route. So yeah, I believe this is the last few steps of the quest, so we should be done soon. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update on everything going on around us. Just so you know how Kourend works. If you didn't already know that, I mean, I don't know why I'm talking as if I'm, like, trying to give you all a tutorial. You already know what this is. I just... How the... What the hell? A big fishing net on an island. Huh. Well, I guess I could get telegraph runes for that, but that's kind of weird. I've never seen that before. Alright. Well, I'll see you guys in a second when we head over to the Archaeus altar. Alright, and here we are coming up on the Dark Altar. This is where we're going to have to take the Ensouled Heads to get prayer XP in the future, so that's going to be useful, I guess. It's also where we get to use that, cool, spell book, but of course, you know, that's going to be a long time coming because I'm going to need at least, what, like 40 magic? I'm not actually sure. I very rarely use the Arceus spellbook. Oh. Huh. Only need six magic to use the Arceus library teleport. That won't be too hard to get, I suppose. So maybe I'll be able to use it after all. Because honestly, I don't know if I'm going to be training magic the conventional way for a very long time. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I don't know if I'm going to be able to train it conventionally for a long time just because I don't know how hard runes are going to be to come by on their own. I mean, besides like buying them from a shop, I guess. Yeah, I'll probably camp the library until I have like at least 30 or 40 magic just so I can skip some of the basic spells, go right to the good ones. And then I can use those on the monsters in the catacombs. Hopefully that won't take too long. So yeah, now we gotta go back to Veos after doing that giant little scavenger hunt for all the people. Gotta go all the way back to Veos. This is like the definition of... I mean, I guess it's not... I guess it isn't really a fetch quest, it's more like a go here, talk to this person type quest. It's like a... It's very stereotypical quest format for like MMOs, I suppose. But it's still so annoying, especially when you only have one agility because, you know, you have no run regen, and it takes you so long just to go anywhere. A good thing I'm cutting out most of that for you guys. I'll see y'all there in a minute. Alright, here we are back at the docks. We're just gonna go talk to this guy and pretty much be done. And I think that'll be a good stopping point for the first episode at least, because we did everything we needed to get to Kourend, and then we did at least one of the first quests we could do in Kourend, so that's good. And the next episode we can get started on some of the more menial tasks we'll have to start doing to train our stats up. If you want the Cliff Note version on what happened during this quest, I couldn't tell you, because I don't really care too much about the storyline in RuneScape. I know there's some, like, meaning, some backstory to it, but I don't really care. We are 100% going to use this certificate on Piscarelius, because skipping the first 15 to 20% of that specific faction, or house, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be pretty damn important in the future. Also, we got the Kourend memoirs, which is going to be really useful as well. That will also let us teleport around Kourend. And we also got 2 XP lamps. That's pretty good. I wish I could put them on construction. But instead, I think I'm going to put them on agility. Because I learned pretty recently you actually need 5 agility to be able to actually train this skill in Kourend for the Shazian basic course. I didn't actually know that Shazian had an agility course, but there you go. So we'll get that to 5 really quick. I'm not entirely sure what I want to get up next. I don't really need to put it on rune crafting because I can train that at the Arceus library. I don't think any of these skills will be difficult to train in Kourend other than construction. Maybe Hunter too, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll go Hunter. Fuck it. And for the record, I don't know if I'm planning on getting any 99s during this series. I might try I might try to get a few combat 99s, just because I'm going to be training a lot in preparation for some of the bosses. But as far as like the other skills go, I don't think I'm going to be getting a maxed account. I'm just going to be going as far as I can to get my end goal, which I think is still going to be completing the collection log for Sorachnus and Skotizo. So that'll be useful. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching my first episode. I'm sorry it was a little bit anticlimactic, the first 10 minutes or so, me squabbling about in Lumbridge trying to kill a bear. But glad you guys watched. I hope you enjoy the content, and I plan on making more very soon. Thank you for watching.